morning, everyone. On behalf of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, I would like to welcome you all to today's discussion on the topic Clean India, the role of academics in waste management. Today, we have with us Mr. Suresh Bhandari, founder, ND Logistics Private Limited, Clean India Foundation, Mr. Shiva Kasturi, co-founder, Kama Consulting Group, Mr. Maganti Muthukumar Swamy, Senior Consultant, Kama Consultancy Group, Dr. S. Rajendra Kumar, Assistant Professor, Center of Sustainable Future, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, and Dr. V. S. Ramachandran, Assistant Professor, Environmental Science, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham. I cordially invite each one of you to be a part of today's discussion on Clean India, role of academics in the waste management. So before we go deep into the discussion, it would be great if each of you can share a few words on what role you play towards the initiative Clean India, or what waste management is all about. So we can start with Suresh sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm involved in solid waste management since 1991. I started my career as a volunteer in solid waste management, and slowly it has grown to has become a profession for me. And we have been involved in working from the grassroots levels, designing of door-to-door collection, segregation awareness programs, strategizing for solid waste management cities. So our basic strength is the working with the people or working in the grassroots levels. And we have innovated in training and awareness creation, and also machinery, transportation, technology creation. So we have been involved in this area, in these areas of solid waste management. And also we have been recently, about 4 to 5 years, we've been involved in promoting entrepreneurship in Coimbatore. And we are doing right now in Coimbatore collection, transportation, processing, and we're also doing bulk waste management.
Great. Shiva sir.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. This is Shiva Subbaraidu Kasturi. I belong to Kama Consulting Group and also Leaf Industries Private Limited. So prior to these two companies, I've been consulting to various corporates. I was into management for some time, quality for some time. So I did project management also. I'm a certified project management professional. But after working for approximately 12 years with corporates, I thought of coming into government sector, especially the solid waste management sector, because of one person, that is Muthukumar Swamy. So we have established this firm in 2016. We have been consulting partners for various state governments, Andhra Pradesh or Telangana or Tamil Nadu or Karnataka also. So basically, we take part in the strategy part, and also we help the governments to formulate policies, and we strategize the solid waste management activities for municipal corporations and municipalities, and also for the entire state also. So right from strategizing till the end of the pipeline activities, we have been consulting to various state governments. So basically, everybody, if you ask what is solid waste management, everybody can answer this question. It is so simple, because whoever generates waste, they know how they are generating the waste and what they have to do with the waste and what is happening to the discarded waste. So everybody knows about it. But if you want a management kind of definition for the solid waste management, I would say all the processes that are related to right from the inception of the waste till the end of the pipeline activity, without losing the leverage of circular economy, because that is very important. It is not just about collecting the waste or transporting the waste and processing the waste, but we should also look at the circular economy. So that is the entire crux of solid waste management. It is not just about collecting waste from every household, transporting to the processing centers and processing it. What are we doing after the processing? That is also very important. And we have been, during the course of our consultations with the state governments, every day we are seeing a lot of challenges with respect to solid waste management, and we are also helping the governments to go for public-private partnerships, because there is an evidence that the lack of infrastructure, lack of human resources, lack of technology are actually the degrading factors for solid waste management. So this is what we have been doing. And as far as the Leaf Industries Private Limited is concerned, we are helping the waste to energy factories by supplying the required machinery And also we are also coming up with a lot of innovations in terms of machinery and technologies that are required. Why we are now focusing on technologies, because now everything is going for digitalization. So even in solid waste management also, digitalization is very much required. So through Leaf Industries Private Limited, we are concentrating on developing suitable machineries and also technologies for the solid waste management.
Thank you, sir. Muthu sir, please.
Ellarkum vanakkam. Good evening, everyone. My waste management journey has been very accidental. My parents, both of them, were employed in the Corporation of Chennai. So Ripon Building was like a play school for me. So very early in life, as a school student also, I was inspired in the civic movement of ex-Nora. MB Nirmal was kind of a godfather for all of us, because those days waste was collected by bullock carts. Even Suresh Bandariji, I met him in ex-Nora. He was my senior there. He was a mentor for people like us. So when we started waste management, it was because of passion. It was not because of, that there will be employment or there will be something else. So we were all studying something and we were all working part-time as volunteers, but we were hands-on by working in the field, by going there and talking to workers, by looking at all the challenges from the field level perspective, and also learning from the peers, people like Suresh and Kadarji. There is another gentleman, retired municipal commissioner. So they're all people, including Almitra Patelji, who was the reason for solid waste rules to come forward. So there were many, many people who inspired me. I was a out and out corporate guy. I used to do HR training and corporate training for about 2 decades. But side by side, I also was passionate about waste management. So after 2012, I have started spending more time on waste management. I am also now a serial entrepreneur, starting my own consulting firms in waste management, because the scope for waste management is humongous. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Ramachandran sir, please.
Good evening, Vanakkam. So I am Dr. B.S. Ramachandran, attached to Center for Environmental Studies in Andhra Vishwavidyapitham. So right from the childhood days, I have been interested in sorting waste. Maybe for the past 25-30 years, I used to do at home, sort the waste, when my people were not knowing why to sort the waste. So I was having separate bins at my home for plastic waste and recycled waste. So also that housekeeping job I like a lot, to clean and keep it tidy. Joining in Amrita, I was just wonder and was trying to see it so clean campus. Everywhere dustbins are there. You can't find any plastics or paper be getting littered anywhere in the campus. The dedicated people are constantly collecting leaf litters like rat litters, keeping the campus clean. So by 2018, we got the Clean Campus Award in the higher technical education for 2 times. And based on after that, HRD Ministry initiated bringing Swachhata into the campus or curriculum, so that people will get awareness from the educational field itself. So in that case, the task of developing syllabus for the program was entrusted to Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education, NGN Hyderabad. So when they were asked, person from Amrita, the Dean School of Engineering sent me representing Amrita to contribute to the consultation workshop to develop the syllabus. So coming back home from the syllabus consultation workshop, I came here. As usual, when I was a researcher in Kerala Forest Research Institute, I used to submit a 2 report 2 days after every visit to my higher authority. Likewise, simply gradually submit a report. And as a passing mention, I just put a word that if we are interested, let us also start a course like that in our campus. So unfortunately, it was shelved for 2 years. Suddenly in March 2021, I was asked to take it back again and fit it into the what you call the rules and regulations of NAC. So all the COP or mapping and all everything were done in the span of the 2 months. It was on the launch pad and launched. So this is how I came into this waste management and the program getting launched. And coming back here, the syllabus was thoroughly reworked by myself and my colleague Dr. Rajendra Kumar. We spent some 5 or 6 months in it, adding to many content, breaking that courses, adding new courses and all. So from the 11 courses that was designed by MGN Sari, that became now like 14 courses with 40 to 41 or 42 credit course to making a 2 semester and full-fledged course. And that was well appraised by the board of the studies committee by the externals. So that is how it was. More content was added into the already developed syllabus, and it was even more what they call value in that. So that we are on the platform now, and we are receiving now still a little good number of applications also.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Rajendra sir.
So my name is Dr. Rajendra Kumar. I am basically environmental science guy. So I have 17 years of experience in working in different sectors of the environment. And 2011 onwards, I work in the field of water and solid waste management. So after that, I'm most interested in the addressing the solid waste management issue. 2011 onwards, I worked as a consultant for the different places in the Ministry of Drinking Water Sanitation also. I used to conduct several training programs. And after launching of Swachh Bharat mission, so I used to conduct a program for the Tamil Nadu state level with the financial support of UNICEF. Also, Coimbatore Corporation have conducted about the training program on rules and regulation, recent rules and regulation of solid waste management. In my teaching also, I will special focus, I'll be given solid waste management because it's only one topic, but I used to spend 5 to 6 hours to discuss about the what are the other waste management options are available and what are the other types of waste, like other than solid waste, we have to focus on C&D, e-waste and medical waste and hazardous waste. Those aspects also I will discuss very detailed. And so that's why special interest to taken me to this handle this entire academic program. So I was part of Ramachandran almost more than 5 years, but last 1 year we are working on this entire curriculum and we are modified. So a lot of several changes is brought by me to improve this program. So several new topic is added after the MG Energy given final syllabus. We have worked a lot and improved for the students learning process. Anyway, I will introduce the course very detailed. Thank you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. So now I would like to invite Rajendra sir to give a glimpse on what the PG Diploma program on waste management, which Amrita is providing, is all about. Because we have students who have already applied and who are looking to apply for this course. So it will be great if you could just share a few insights on what the program is containing for them so that it will be useful for them in the future.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Hopefully screen is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So PG Diploma in Waste Management. Yeah. PG Diploma in Waste Management and Environmental Hygiene. This program comes under the Amrita School of Arts and Science. This is basically a job-oriented program. So mainly this platform is to discuss about why this course is very important and why is this course is giving more jobs to the upcoming future young graduates. So that will be discussed in the program. And you can get the detail of this program by visiting this website. So we have separate website is made for this diploma program. In that you will get about the syllabus as well as the curriculum detail, and job opportunity also is updated. And if you have any questions regarding the job opportunity and about the course, you can discuss with us. We are here to address all those aspects. It has a few program objectives and a special program education objective also. The PO1 is called PO program objectives. First is talks about the fundamental knowledge in science. So all the courses basically to deliver the fundamental knowledge, and like this course also is planned to deliver the fundamental knowledge in science. And PO2 is mainly focused on ability to analyze the problem and find out the solution. So this basically enable the student to find out the problem in the waste management sector, how to drive the solution for that. So that will be discussed. So that will be in the PO2. And PO3 is basically educate environment sustainability. So now everybody is part of sustainable development, and we are focusing on SDG by 2030. So the third PO is basically based on the environment sustainability. And PO4 is basically include ethical thinking. So this is very important because if you want to become a waste management specialist, you have to think why I need to join this course, what is my input, and everything will be comes under this objectives. And PO5 is trying to manage projects. This is one of the main objective we are keeping in this course, because after studying this course, students may able to start their own business in the waste management sector, and how to develop and what are the aspects they have to focus. Everything will be covered in this subject objectives. And PO6 is basically helps in lifelong learning. So this basically give a knowledge about the lifelong learning activities. PO7 is basically talks about the modern tools usage. This is basically other than this, whatever the regular practice of waste management, the course is also offered to provide the training on GIS and remote sensing, and also how we can inoculate artificial intelligence. Basically, those kind of tools also can be introduced in this PG diploma programs. So PEO basically focus on. So PEO is basically focused on produce professionally qualified manpower to handle the solid waste. This is a specific objective we have created for this PG diploma program, to provide the scientific approach of solid waste so as to create the sustainable sources. Okay. PO3 is basically talks about the to create the manpower in the solid waste management industry, also manufacturing industry like extended producer responsibility and producer responsibility organization. Basically, these are two.
Rajendra, one point to add. This is PEO, program educational objective. That is
Yes, yes.
compulsory for any academic program. Program educational objective.
Yes, program education objectives. The third is very important because now extended producer responsibility, either the company has to take back this used product, or the producer responsibility organization, they have to appoint somebody else to collect back this product. So that is the kind of manpower's demand is here. So that is one of the major PEOs. This course have a 2 semester, and compulsory it is offline program because we have a lot of field visit and lab and internship program also is planned. So that's why we are mainly offering in the offline form, offline platform. It has 2 semesters, semester 1 and semester 2. Semester 1 we have almost 7 courses, and semester 2 we have 8 courses. Total credit is almost 44. Semester 1, the students going to study about the overview of waste management, handling and disposal of major types of waste, water and soil resource management, legal aspects and mandatory regulations, and water pollution. The next one is waste management, field visit 1, and professional communication. And semester 2, the student going to study about the community mobilization towards sustainable development.
In the professional communication code, that is something in another word, they are given soft skill with regard to writing and reading skills as a talking skills in English. The 2 credit course that has theory come practical happening simultaneously, where they are trained to write report, letter, trained to talk in public, and writing and talking skills both are improved.
Yes. So the waste management as project management is one of the important things in that how they can develop and manage their own projects. Example, suppose students are joining anywhere in the waste management disposal facility center, how to manage entire facility center. So that will be comes under this thing. And entrepreneurships in waste management, this is basically to create the graduate to start up their own business. So that is comes under this course. And occupational health and safety extra, we have added this courses basically because people is working in the waste management sector, they have to take care of the health and the public health also. That the entire thing will be designed under this course. And GS remote sensing in waste management. So this is basically that to how to apply this GS remote sensing knowledge in the waste management sector. So that is comes under this. And analysis of constitutional soil and air, and waste management field visit 2. Finally, internship, it is a pass-fail courses.
So there is a 1-month compulsory internship, and you have to submit a report and present it in front of the your guide as well. So to pass the course, it is not going to credit, but without doing internship, without presenting the work, the course will not be declared as success.
Yes. 1 minute. So I have to do some settings. Important topic we are going to handle this program is waste characterization. So first thing, students will learn about the understand about the what are the different type of waste and its classification, how it's characterized. That will be discussed in the first topic. And next few important topic is waste reduction strategy at the business, individual and community level. And next one is the waste analysis and waste audit. Then pollution, polluters pay principles and scrap rate. And extended producer responsibility will be discussed very detailed. And waste handling, something is heading. Ma'am, how to remove this video mode?
Is it on video?
Yes, your other videos are appearing. Now
On the right hand side,
yes,
you can see
yes. Now it is okay. So scrap rate, then extended producer responsibility EPR, then waste handling equipments and technology. So this is basically what are the reason machineries and equipments are available, and how this disposal center using different kind of instruments will be comes under this topic. Then disposal of waste, mainly we are focusing on municipal solid waste, and under this market waste and hotel waste also will be considered. And biomedical waste, hazardous waste, e-waste, C&D waste, and plastic waste. Finally, reuse and recycling of the waste material. So that also comes under the courses. Then importantly, the recent regulation regarding the waste management. So that is Municipal Solid Waste 2016, biomedical waste, hazardous waste, e-waste, CND waste, plastic waste, and how the how the CSR program is basically doing the waste management activity, how the students can be joined this CSR program, so entire policy level, and how the India is promoting the CSR program. This is promoting CSR program, that also will be discussed in the syllabus. And social and behavior change, that is important thing, because one top syllabus course is mainly designed on community mobilization towards sustainable development. So in that mainly we are focusing on social and behavior changes, and community mobilization also we are, because this whoever is graduating, they are going to work with the community, how they can motivate the community to segregate the waste material and collecting properly waste, and how they can create the impact on the waste management activity. So that also will be comes under this programs. And waste management as a business, that is business practice. So if you start up any business, what are the regulation and what are the steps you have to follow, everything will be comes under this course. And waste markets, recycling trends, circular economy, life cycle assessment, project management, proposal development, safety management systems, hazards and risk assessments, emergency preparedness. Basically, that any disaster will come in any particular places, or any kind of high amount of rainfall and fire accident will happen in the waste management sector. So how to handle this, this will be also comes under this courses. And EIA, that is environmental impact assessment, because if you're starting any kind of new area, new disposal facility center you're starting, that first thing you have to do with the EIA, and that how to, what are the process, and everything will be discussed in this courses. And also this course focus on GIS and remote sensing in waste management, and importantly entrepreneurships in waste management, model of entrepreneurships, challenges and future prospects of waste management sectors, public-private partnerships in waste management, community-based waste management, and what is approach, how we can motivate the community, and how community can be part of this waste management system, how the self-help group and other groups also can be participate in the waste management activity. Financial and banking role in waste management activity, so that also comes on the course. And finally, water and soil resource management, because every time, as per the new rule 2016, every 6 months and every month you have to submit the report. So you have to analyze some of the contribution of the soil and water, and you have to submit the report to state government as well as the central government. So that thing will be comes under this courses. And professional communication, and this entire course have 2 labs and 2 field visit, finally internship and a project activity. Overall, that Amrita has a lot of creating impacts to the society regarding the several aspects, including the waste management sector, other improving the working with the environment. So along this, the course is also promote the goal of Amrita, because Amrita is working with the community. So along this can be promoted. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, you can please stop sharing. Yes, now it's fine. Yes. Great. Thank you so much, sir. So thank you for sharing the details about the whole course. So what does a student, once a student graduates from after doing this course, what are the entrepreneurship opportunities or the job opportunities available in the market for that student? Muthu sir, being an entrepreneur yourself, you can please answer this question.
Yeah, sure. First up, I would like to congratulate Amritandani University for creating this curriculum. The way professor was going through each and every module. I find, if I had been a student very early, if I had an opportunity to learn something like this, I'm just thinking where else I would have been. So it's very well designed. And yes, see what happens is most of the people right now who are working in waste space, either they are civil engineers or they are environment engineers, and they lack that niche on focusing on waste management. People like Suresh Bandari, who has been doing it for 3 decades or 4 decades, by trial and error and practice, they have refined some of the techniques and the way they handle it. So when a student undergoes a course like this, first thing, including the practical field visits and all that, they are a little more at an advantage than any other engineer who would want to get into the space. First up, they get the knowledge as well as the skills, which would go a long way in making them. It's like a gate pass for them to be able to get into better opportunities when they are looking for job opportunities in their career. It could be in the government, it could be in the private sector, because in the private sector, A lot of informal work is happening. Formal sector, there is a dearth of people who want to, they're looking for, qualified people. They are not there. So for the first time, we're looking at our country, thanks to MGNCRE, we're looking at making this as a module and a course. So to be able to satisfy the needs out there. So you look at, for example, there are 5,000 odd cities in our country. You look at all the urban local bodies who are struggling with the quantum of waste that they have to manage on a daily basis, because it's a 24/7 generation. They need a lot of help, and there aren't many professionals who are there to help them, whether it is day-to-day management of collection, transportation, processing, or whether it is compliance. They need professionals. So that is one thing. In the private sector again, or whether they want to be an entrepreneur, I think Suresh would be able to say much more because he's mentoring a lot of entrepreneurs. They're doing work in the airport and things like that. But from my experience, I can say I also started a consultancy services because two things. One is my experience doing hands-on work, and people like Mr. Shiva Subbarayadu, who are project management experts. They bring in their speciality in managing these challenges. So there are lots of challenges, right from, if you look at the entire waste value chain, right from generation itself, and how we are able to collect, transport, process, and upcycle, recycle. If you look at the entire value chain, tremendous amount of opportunities are there. And if a student passes out after studying this course and does a little bit of work, I would definitely suggest before they start a consultancy or before they start to become an entrepreneur, I would want them to go and actually work and learn and put some hands on, get their hands dirty, and then start, because they will have much more clarity. And I'm sure this course will be a very big boost for them, and it would be a wonderful gate pass for them for a very, very exciting career. I'm very sure about it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Shiva, sir, would you like to add something?
Yes. Sorry. So if you look at the current situation of solid waste management in India, is every municipality is facing a challenge. They are facing challenges not just in terms of not having proper infrastructure or technologies, but also because of the complaints. Okay. The solid waste management rules 2016 or any other waste management related rules, those rules have put in a lot of responsibility on the municipalities and municipal corporations, on the state also. Okay. But the states or municipal corporations and municipalities do not have required skill sets to perform those duties properly. So it is inevitable for every corporation or municipality to go for a private partnership. So that is why you are able to see many private players who are collecting waste from your households. Actually, it is the responsibility of the municipal corporations or the municipalities. But nowadays, even private players are going to households and collecting the waste. This is because lack of resources with the government organizations or local bodies. So that is one option. And another option is, even if you outsource that work to a private partner, but still you need to monitor that work. And for monitoring that work also, skill sets are missing with the local urban local bodies. But still, they're appointing outside people to look after the solid waste management activities. If you look at Bangalore Municipal Corporation, they have started a separate wing for solid waste management. And there is a separate commissioner who is an IAS officer who is leading that group. In that group, actually, you see at least 20 to 25 management experts, solid waste management experts are working there. And if you look at the private opportunities or the opportunities with private companies, most of the private companies are operating in processing area. Not many companies are operating in collection and transportation, because collection and transportation requires huge investment. So that is why you don't find many companies who are working in collection and transportation area, but you find a lot of companies working in processing area, because it is very easy. All you have to do is you have to get right tie-ups to get the waste to your place. After that, what you are going to do is up to you. Whether you want to upcycle it or whether you want to sort it and send it to the factories directly to be used as a raw material, it is up to you. So that is why you have a lot of companies or startups also these times. Since 2019, there are about 200 plus startups in processing area only. So all these are startups and they are getting funds from external agencies also. And another good thing about solid waste management in current situation is the government has allowed 100% FDI. So that is why a foreign company called Abrasor is actually working in Chennai Municipal Corporation. It doesn't belong to India. They are from other country. But they have a local partner here, Sumit. They tied up with Sumit, and they are now doing collection and transportation work in Chennai Municipal Corporation. And you would be amazed to know the figure will be at least 650 to 700 crores. And 70 plus management experts are working there. And let me also tell you, there is one topic actually which was included in our curriculum, that is community mobilization. Only for community mobilization, only for creating awareness, all these private companies who are into recycling or collection or transportation are employing candidates who are very good at public speaking. Because when you're talking to public, it is not just about telling them to segregate. You have to tell them why, what, how, everything. So this is another area. So if you look at every municipal corporation, you have an opportunity with the municipal corporation. At the same time, there are already players or private players who are already working with the municipal corporation. They can also provide employment for you. Or since everything is a challenge, every process is a challenge in solid waste management. When there is a challenge, there is an opportunity. You have to come up with some kind of innovation, because whatever the processes we have been following, scientific processes for processing the waste, if you could come up with something innovative, which can reduce the cycle time, which can reduce the cost, that is a boon, not just for your business, even for the country also. That is why solid waste management is environment friendly business. So there are umpteen number of opportunities. I'll just give our own example, okay? We did a project for the AP state government. It is not a project pertaining to one municipal corporation, but it is for 110 municipalities. And we had to recruit 195 people. You know whom we recruited? Only degree holders. They knew nothing about solid waste management, because in those times, there were no courses offered by the universities like this. So we had to train them for 3 months or 4 months on all these solid waste management topics, and then we put them on field. And it adds a lot of cost. Since we were with the government, actually costs were borne by the government. But look from the private entities perspective, they have to invest a lot on training. But if somebody who is completing this course, who has some hands-on experience on solid waste management related things, it is definitely a kind of beneficial thing for the private companies. So there are umpteen number of opportunities. Just Google it, solid waste management jobs available in India. You'll find at least 90,000 to 1,26,000 jobs online, even on Naukri or Times Now, all those job portals. So this is how it is going to be. We want somebody who is qualified. We want somebody who knows what solid waste management is, how all these things go on. And we don't want just degree or engineering candidate or environmental engineering candidate, because environmental engineering is not specific towards solid waste management or liquid waste management. It concerns with several other things, but this course is very specific. So if somebody completes this course and comes into the market, there are takers. And there is no doubt about it. Even we are also the employers. And we are also facing a lot of challenges with respect to human resources. So this is my take on, having opportunities for those who are going to complete this course.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So Muthu sir as well as Shiva sir was mentioning few challenges in the waste management sector. So Suresh sir, being someone who's been working in this field for so long, can you please explain what are the major challenges that you face in this sector, in the waste management sector? What are the major challenges that you face?
Yeah. First of all, just to add Muthu sir and Shiva sir, the course that now we have started, when we are volunteers, we used to always think, is there any course like this? So it started from that time, maybe about 95s or from that time it started, whether there is a course or not, because we used to always search what to do with doing the voluntary work. Then thank God that the ministry has initiated, and today it's a really it's a great movement, I think. After so many years, there is a course today. To answer your question, the challenges like as sir and other people are saying, today when we are working in this field, first thing is knowledge. For example, when we talk about it, there is a lot of different departments are there in terms of logistics. What is the logistics in today in waste management in Coimbatore Corporation? Let's say we have some 5,000 people working in this field. Do they know what is solid waste management? Have they gone through a proper training? No, nothing. They just represent the past. Like, for example, in British era, they call it as conservancy inspectors. So that those days, these inspectors are the health department. They call it as health department, because the doctor is the MBBS doctor is the person who leads the department, who ensures that sanitation is maintained, who ensures that the disease won't spread because of the waste management or sanitation. Today, we have crossed those days. The waste is only organic. Today, if you see, every day the increase of inorganic content in the waste is so high. So slowly, it is completely changed. Today, when whoever is doing in this field in waste management, they know anything about waste management. But when his sir was saying about Bangalore, we have been suggesting government that we need a separate board. For example, today you have an electricity board, you have a metro water. Similarly, we feel that there must be a board for municipal solid waste management, because the complexity of the waste. See, when you talk about organic waste, I don't think you have any problem with the organic waste. The big challenge is making people segregate is a very big challenge. Suppose if you address, like when you are in the market or a different sector in consumer products, there you say marketing. Here you say awareness. So the huge, making people think, boss, it should not be mixed. It has to be. So there's a huge gap making people understand why segregation is important, how they have to practice segregation. So once you get the organic waste, yes, today you have a lot of technology, organic waste can be handled because it will decompose. Even if you don't do anything, it will decompose. When the nature has given that strength for it. But when you come to other waste, you know how many types of plastics are coming today? I remember a person, a plastic expert came and told me, sir, you don't know, people are burning the plastics. There is a plastic which if you burn and you inhale that smoke, you are dead immediately. That much complicated materials are also there, but we don't know. But we still use on a day-to-day basis. Today, after thanks to Swiggy and Zomato, or thanks to more companies to come in future we will have houses without kitchen, maybe. So the amount of dry waste that has increased, when we did a study, it was about 9 to 10% only in organic waste. Today it is crossing 20-25%. Somewhere it is 50% also dry waste. Like it is like we are also becoming like a developed countries where you have a majority is dry waste, that is inorganic waste. Our country, naturally, I used to always say our waste is good waste. Now there is a lot of material. Now today, when you see furniture, household material, everything is coming in a new products, new materials, which we don't even know. So one fine day after 5 years or 10 years or some big environmental disaster happens, then suddenly there will be a big case will be there or a big uproar will be there, and the government will say, but if, for example, MSW rules, it started in 1996. Municipal solid waste management rules, there was an Almitra Patel case was there, and slowly it came. Today, now they're saying 216 MSW rules. So to make, legislation, it took legislation just to make legislation. How to implement it? Who are the people who are going to implement? For IPS, for police, you have police service. They've been taught, they're coming and doing. Today in a pollution control board, who are those people who are claiming that they are experts in solid waste management? Have they gone through something? I mean, even if so, how many people are there? Country like India, the generation of waste is so much. Where is the technical people today? In Coimbatore Corporation, we have about, let's say, every 100 wards, every 100 ward has 2 people, like one supervisor and sanitary inspector. Both the people, if you go and talk to them, they know nothing. They know anything about waste management. And when you're looking at the challenges, it is piling day by day, in terms of understanding new materials are coming, how you are going to handle it, how you are going to make it as a Like when you talk about when you're talking and doing these projects, the moment you talk about the project, economical viability, then profitability. It's it's not that you found a problem and the problem had to be handled. Then the economic viability has to come. Then profitability has to come. So first of all, knowing the problem is that it's so the huge challenge is in front of us, and really it's great. I mean, when we think about, let us say that from all these courses, every year some 50 people, 100 people are going to come. The demand will be so huge. And I mean, it's really a very big challenge is there. It's good that we have at least we started. I mean, suppose if it is not started, then what will happen? The same 10th plus 2 graduate people will be handling this waste management, and we'll be sitting on the waste. We'll be like, we'll be like giving to our children big heaps of waste piling in every city. These are all the things that we are giving to them. So that's a huge challenge in terms of understanding waste, making people understand and change it, understanding the different types of waste, coming out with the solutions, technology, marketing, logistics, everything need to be defined. So I feel this is the biggest challenge that we will be facing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for sharing it. So, Rajendran sir, how does this program, the PG diploma program that Amrita is providing, help a student or enable a student to lead a project and then start a business on waste management?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, this program is main objective to start up the waste management business in the waste management sector. Few things before starting the business, the student has to understand what is the practice to start up the business, including from the government approaches and how to select the sites and site selection, and what are the parameters need to be considered for the site selection, and how to develop the plan, and all the aspects will be covered in the course. And also what is the reason, rules and regulations, that also will be discussed in the course. Very detailed will be discussed and we covered in the courses. So other than this, the GIS planning is one of the important activity. So they have to do it because the mapping in one area, they can able to plan for collecting the waste from the different parts of the city. So that also will be present in the courses. Other than this, the occupation health and safety is one of the important aspects. Even this courses, the student going to start the business or they're going to start work on any projects, anything, the occupation health and safety is one of the important aspect, because whoever is working in the sectors as well as the public should not causes any kind of impact because of this. So all the aspect is very coverly and nicely designed in the course. Definitely the students is joining this course, they can able to start up the business or they can lead any kind of the projects.
Thank you, sir. Ramachandran sir, can you please tell what are the employment scope in CSR, NGOs and INGOs for the students?
Oh, that is clearly explained by Sri Shiva, Sri Muthukumar Swami, Sri Suresh. There are lots of jobs, lakhs and lakhs of jobs are waiting, because these waste management industry people, they are not getting enough trained hands to handle solid waste. They are finding it very difficult to spend money and time to train someone for this job. So this is the reason why these people have advised the government to start a course so that they don't have to spend time, money, and energy training people when already trained people are come, because we don't have to wait. We don't have time to wait and get them trained, because that is the space at which the waste is getting piled up day by day. To handle it the earliest, we need trained hands. That so in that case, sanitation don't go for the government department. There are more private sectors now. Almost all the municipalities are outsource their waste management to some private companies. So more than the government job, they will get enough number of private concerns that are managing the solid waste throughout the India. That means they are getting better pay. Even they were some 30-35 is the monthly pay for these people who are in the waste management sector after completing such course, PG diploma on waste management or things like that. That means jobs are not in scarcity, only that they are not in the trained hands. So we are expecting for another 10 or 15 years, this will be having a good opportunity with more revenues, not only in India, just won't type waste management in the international venues. Everywhere throughout the world, they are not getting trained hands. You can, because during the preparation of this content for this course, they handle. When I searched even the 2017, 2018 dated articles in the they call Scopus Index on the peer reviewed journal, they say that they are not getting enough trained hands to manage solid waste in the other parts of the world as well. So their job opportunities are not restricted to India only. They can go to other places. When you search, there are enough number of papers coming from African country, Bangladesh, South Asian countries, as well as from the Americas and England. Everywhere, one point they say that people are not getting, there are no enough trained hands to handle solid waste. So that is not a worry at all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So there are many other universities that provide this course on waste management. So in what perspective is the PG diploma program offered by Amrita different from the other courses?
So when you search, a couple of universities are giving the same thing, PG diploma in waste management. Ours is having the title PG diploma in waste management and environmental hygiene. So all these universities currently they offer online courses or in correspondence courses where the information given are very peripheral. We could go through the syllabus of a few of the universities that are offering. They just give out the details of what are the waste being generated, but nowhere there are courses that say that how to handle different types of waste. So that is why this one, no one offers any lab course, no one offers any hands-on training like field visit courses. And none of these courses are already available online or correspondent. They don't handle any GIS and what is called remote sensing as well, because these are the requirement of the day to design and planning of waste management in cities like that. Then these are they call entrepreneurship, then project management sort of thing. These we cannot find it in any other syllabus and curriculum. Likewise, this community mobilization, the social aspect, that is also not seen. So from the 14 courses, the ones offered by other university may have 6 or 7 spread on online or what they call correspondent that give the degree. Now also I get a couple of chat from people from Jharkhand or wherever it is, whether there is offered correspondence. In correspondence, when you just do job, what they call waste management course, there is no point in that. So we have to get hands-on training. In Amrita, we have got a recycle center where we make a lot of money by selling by recovering the plastic and paper waste and selling that. So we can write here itself give the hands-on training, because we receive here almost like municipal solid waste of things, because there are some 250 families residing in the campus. We get a good number of quantity of waste. We get food waste from the mess and canteen. So all these things we can give right here, hands-on training. And apart from that, we have got some field visit, some what they call in the for the 1 year, 18 or 20 organizations are going to visit that is having handling different types of waste. So despite the in-depth of waste management in PG diploma, I don't think anybody would have started, at least in South India.
Can I also make a point, Ms.
Yes, sure, sir.
Yeah. Coimbatore itself is actually a beneficial factor for all the students who are going to take up this course. Let me tell you why. Because Coimbatore is known for its innovations in the area of solid waste management. One thing, Coimbatore is the only municipality in which you can see both private players and the government both do together a lot of activities with respect to solid waste management. If you look at the entrepreneurs in Coimbatore who are dealing with dry waste or inorganic material, I actually 2 months ago I came to Coimbatore and I met a few of the entrepreneurs who are working in dry resource management. They are actually making 2 lakh per month and they are giving employment to 20 people. I was so amazed. And he has just completed degree, just graduate. Now I'm actually thinking, what if that person takes up this course and know about all these things related to solid waste management? He can make 10 lakh per month from tomorrow, because with the amount of required knowledge he has, he's making 2 lakhs. If we give him a lot of knowledge particular to solid waste management, he can also make a lot of miracles. And another thing is that I think I missed the point. Okay? We have to discuss something about technology participation or technology involvement in solid waste management. Because of the rules, then the complete responsibility is upon the municipalities and municipal corporations. When the municipalities and municipal corporations are outsourcing the work to the private players, even the private players are also obligated to bring in efficiency in every activity pertaining to solid waste management. Let it be from the collection point, transportation, processing, and recycling, whatever it is, they should be efficient. And every private player is expected to perform with 99.99% efficiency. But how do you measure that performance? Do we have any tools to do that? Collection. And you have to submit a report on a daily basis to how many households you have given the service. How do you count it? Do you just count it if a city like Chennai, if you keep on counting the households, can you actually make a number? It's impossible. So there is a need for technology integration. And there is one topic that I've been included in this curriculum, that is GIS mapping and all. So with the GIS technology and with IoT, ICT, we can even involve technologies into solid waste management. So it is a very good opportunity for all the techies who want to bring in some systems into solid waste management. Not just for one activity, throughout the pipeline, throughout the value chain, for every activity, they can bring in some kind of technology, some kind of monitoring mechanism. I just want to name it as real-time monitoring systems. So there is a need for real-time monitoring systems in every activity pertaining to solid waste management. So once you are well-versed with the knowledge of solid waste management, definitely you will identify what are the problems that are been existing in the solid waste management. When you identify the problem, obviously you look for the solutions. Maybe you may not have the technical knowledge to develop any kind of systems, but you may take some help from other techies also. So that way, an entrepreneur can provide opportunity for software engineers also who can do coding. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So one last question. So the program, the PG Diploma program that Amrita is offering, is it recognized by the Government of India? And does it have an accreditation?
Yes. Let me answer this question, because I was also part of the curriculum development because we worked with MHRD at that time. And also I was also, myself and Muthu sir was also part of MGNXRD. So the course has been approved by the government, and the AICTE also approved this course. And this course was initiated by the Ministry of Human Resources, central government. So without the approval, you cannot include any course, firstly, right? But one thing I want to tell here, even the states have to be, briefed about the recent developments in the area of solid waste management. Because to become a road transport inspector, okay, the eligibility criteria is you must be a mechanical engineer or automobile engineer. Likewise, for few positions, if the governments can bring in some kind of legislation that somebody who is graduated from so-and-so university or so-and-so course should only take up this job, that will definitely do benefit for the students. So it is completely approved by the government. It has approvals from UGC, AICTE also.
Okay, great. So thank you. Yes.
One more thing.
Yes,
so today, when the Swachh Bharat mission started, with five years ago, when it started, it was very the framework of Swachh Bharat mission, or the way how it takes this mission campaign across the country, was very primitive 5 years ago. Today, if you see, each and every year there is a program called, every year there is a Swachh Sarvekshan. It's an audit for waste management and sanitation. Every year, the Government of India integrated the operations with the technology to monitor each and every municipality, how they function, how they deliver the service to the public. So from the central government level, the level of involvement and the funding that's happening to the municipalities, it's really in the right direction, I have to say that. And to whomever is working in the Swachh Bharat mission today, all of them, they don't know about waste management, or all are like normal graduates, or they don't know about it. So in future, when the people are there, like people are already trained or already, getting this degree, they always have a, advantage for all this, future opportunities.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for patiently answering each and every question. I'm very sure that all the students are now aware of the opportunities available across, and everyone who had a mentality that there aren't much opportunities and this is a field that is not having much scope will be now very aware that we are in lack of manpower, or we are in lack of students who have the proper knowledge. So anyone who's interested in this field, this is a right opportunity that Amrita is providing you. So, well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you everyone.
May I just add a last point, ma'am?
Yes,
Time
sure,
permits?
sure. Yes.
Because see, the opportunities has been discussed. The beauty of the course with everything encompassing, right from technology to community mobilization, everything has been spoken of. But what I would like each student who aspires to, do this course or is sitting on the wall thinking whether I should take up this course or not, is look at your own personality. Are you passionate? Are you somebody who really wants to serve? These are the questions that they were asking us when we were volunteers. Are you really ready to get your hands dirty? Are you ready to, look at how things need to be done? So if they are passionate, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. There is so much to do in waste management because the environment needs, because we are a huge country, the amount of waste that we generate is humongous. We need professional management of this. So people who are passionate, there is no dearth of work or entrepreneurial opportunities. The sky is the limit, and they can do a great job and they can have a very safe and sound career serving the environment. It's not just about earning money. It's about serving the country, serving the environment, and also serving themselves in the process. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir,
one
for
more thing?
adding those points.
One more thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, I mean, in the recent technology boom that is happening, the impact of technology, it is visible in many areas. Recently, it was felt in Ola, which is very young people. They have achieved Oyo or Swiggy. All these people, the very important aspect is technological. For example, now Byju's, which is coming in, that is also impacting education. Whereas in waste management, technology yet to impact. If the technology is taken in the right direction, then the sky is the limit. You will see one what do you call Amit Bhatia, whoever it is, Ola founder or Oyo founder in waste management. Thank you.
No, not only in the transportation space. I have seen innovation even in waste management, and I have seen people who have managed their own waste recycling value chain. How many crores they are able to make a turnover. I don't want to take specific names, but I know at least a dozen companies who have young startups with youth who have done extremely well for themselves, whether it is in processing or whether it is in transportation management. Even Mr. Bhandari also coming up with a lot of innovative ideas. So there is already a scope for IoT, ICT based technology embedded management practices. There is a lot of scope for that in waste management. And I'm sure looking at all existing bioremediation, there are so many things, yesterday we saw in the news that plastic roads now have become the in thing. We have 600, 700 kilometers of plastic roads being built. Again, it is, all the carry bags, which we are now thinking it is a bane. Now, if you start using plastics, all these waste carry bags for plastic roads, India will not have enough carry bags being thrown in the dump yard because there will be shortage of carry bags. So how do we look at things? Do we look at the things in the negative way or the positive way? That makes a huge difference in how we can contribute. Thank you.
So
And finally, let me. Yes. I'm ready to talk. One thing is that I would like to assure Ramachandran sir and Rajendra Kumar sir that we will help the university in any way that is possible for us. Apart from your regular faculty, we would also like to take part in the academic process. So, if possible, we will also come to your university and we'll take sessions. I think it will be little beneficial for the students also.
Most
we will definitely
even I have that in my mind to make you part of this course and all.
And you have a pioneer in Coimbatore, sir. Mr. Suresh Bhandari has pioneered in all the activities pertaining to solid waste management. So he is your local resource person there.
He's already in. Now you are also in.
Thank you.
So we need, that is one important aspect. People who have done it, people who have been in the field for a couple of decades, who have learned it the hard way, the kind of wisdom they have, a course may not be able to give. So you can have a panel of mentors where these youngsters, when they come out, they know whom to ask the right questions. They know whom to get guidance from so that they don't have to repeat those mistakes and they can take these ideas. We can coach them, we can mentor them so that they can succeed faster. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for patiently answering all the questions and all the inputs that you have put forward. So everyone who are attending this, I hope you have learned something new today and a lot of information was being shared today. So we appreciate you all signing in today and hope you learned something today. And I would like to thank each one of the panelists for sparing your time for today's session. And thank you all. We'll see you all for another session. We will be having future sessions on waste management, and we'll see you all there.